Now, you heard Homeland Security, counterterrorism. Osama bin Laden is dead. Now the U.S. has announced plans to begin pulling some of its troops from Afghanistan. And now President Obama has revealed a new national strategy for counterterrorism. But what does this really mean, and who even are the terrorists? Joining me now to talk more about that is Susan Lindauer. She is a former CIA asset. She covered Libya at the United Nations during the negotiations for the Lockerbie trial, so she really has a lot of insight into Libya. Thank you so much for being with us. Now, first of all, with this new counterterrorism strategy, I'm just curious if you have any reactions to it. What changes? I mean, Afghanistan and Pakistan are still the target, the target's still Al-Qaeda. It's all the same stuff. So do you think resources will be just redeployed from Afghanistan into other areas?
I think that it is, I'm very disappointed in President Obama for thinking that the platitudes are going to address the terrorism issue. What I see us doing is creating more terrorism through our policies in Libya and Yemen. I think that our actions speak louder than words. That adage holds true on anti-terrorism. We are firing up Islamic fundamentalists, and we are not, our actions are not proactive. They are not problem solving. We're actually making the situation much worse.
Do you think that that's going to continue? Because as we hear Obama give plans for some troops to pull out of Afghanistan, we hear lawmakers call for resources to other areas, such as Yemen and Pakistan and other countries. So do you think that we just see this war take on a different face in a different country?
Yes, and I'm especially disturbed about Libya. The United States is pulling troops out of Afghanistan so that we can go into Libya. And what my documentation is showing, as an asset, as a former asset, I have extremely good ties and knowledge and depth of resources inside Libya today. What I'm finding is a video documentation that NATO rebels are actually the same Al-Qaeda fighters that we've been dealing with in Iraq and Afghanistan, who've now come home to Libya.
And that's what I want to hear about. Because we just heard Obama today say that Gaddafi essentially is a terrorist, and the U.S. is abiding by the UN mandate to fight that. So what do you see as the reality, and what evidence do you have that it is Al-Qaeda that is, amongst these rebels?
Well, first of all, I was directly involved in the 1990s operation to get terrorists out of Libya. And I can assure you that all terrorists were removed from Libya by about 1998, 1999. Since then, Gaddafi, by the way, was the first government to inform Interpol about Osama bin Laden. Gaddafi is hated by Islamist fundamentalists because he is a socialist Muslim, and he has a very different agenda that is not Sharia. Gaddafi has a very strong record on women's rights. Women have the right to education, hold property, divorce, hold jobs, have income, many rights that other women in the Arab world do not have. So he is a moderate, and he is not involved in any terrorism at all. That is absolutely foolishness.
So then do you see the United States' role in backing the rebels actually making the fight in the war on terrorism against Al-Qaeda worse?
We have shifted. I'm amazed. I'm so disappointed in Obama that he is actually shifting resources to finance Al-Qaeda rebels and to provide U.S. enforcement of the Al-Qaeda presence in Libya. Now, I just want to tell you, I want to tell your viewers, we have video documentation that is coming from refugees fleeing the rebel strongholds, and they're bringing out video from their camera phones that they're recording just on the spot. Videos of beheadings, videos of castration,
right,
where they are gouging out the eyes of men who oppose the Libyan rebels. Women are being raped and subjected to having their breasts cut off.
I mean, it all sounds horrific. I wish we had more time to talk about it, but maybe we can put up on our website where they can go to see those images. I want to thank you for giving us your insight. That was Susan Lindauer, former CIA asset.